What's good, everybody? This is Brian, your host, and I just wanted to talk about the year of 2020. 2020 has been such a great year for us here at this podcast. I know for a lot of the world, it's been up and down, a lot of chaos, but also for this podcast, we launched it this year. Actually, I believe it was in the summer whenever we started this particular podcast. And so as we close out 2020 and we go into 2021, I kind of wanted to do like a best of episode or like a year in review type of episode, just to kind of show some of the highlights, some of the more inspirational thoughts that we learned this year, as well as some of the funnier moments of the podcast as well. Shout out to the Salty Butter Crew on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for engaging in the page. Thank you so much for all of the people who downloaded, who shared, who subscribe to our YouTube page. None of this would be possible without you guys. So again, I just want to take a moment to thank you on behalf of myself and my co-host DT. Well, listen, let's get right into it. Thank you guys so much. And this is Two Preachers in the Popcorn Box 2020 Year in Review. Let's get it.
Wisdom kicked in. Wisdom told, which was Rocky. He said, whoa, whoa, whoa. He says, I do the talking, you do the fighting.
Yeah. Come on.
I love it. I love it. Which means sometimes we need to let God do the talking. Stop wasting your energy, and so we can be prepared for the fight. Adonis was not ready. His anxiousness and arrogantness, because he was so eager to get into the ring to prove himself. Rocky was going to stop himself from hurting himself and also messing this opportunity up to prove himself later. Rocky says, I do the talking and you do the fighting. So God sometimes wants us to be quiet and not say a word in order for us to save our energy for the fight that's upcoming. Keep training, keep quiet, but keep training. And so we have to be able to see at that time that I'm not finna waste my life and my daughter's life to expose my power in small skirmishes. Because he could expose his power when he got shot. He could expose his power to catch up. When Newt was trying to get him in the building, he could expose his power, but he chose to walk the journey, to overcome adversity, to fight with what he had, to make it as far as he could, to do what he needed to do, to hold his power to when he was going to need it the most, and that was to save the thing that he was trying to get the journey through the entire movie. Okay,
listen, you just dropped the major gems that I'm not going to let you just skirt.
I ain't saying that.
There are some battles that we don't even need to fight. It's not our assignment to fight. We have the ability to win them. Mm-hmm. We have the capability to fight. Mm-hmm. But we are wasting the purpose of the ability.
Right.
If we fight small skirmishes. That
right
is a word. Although in the moment it felt like the right decision, immediately you have to think about the consequences and think about how do I proceed moving forward after I've made this emotional decision. So what I've always learned is that it's very dangerous to make executive decisions based on emotion and adrenaline.
Accurate. Because it creates a volatile situation. Relying on your emotions is probably one of the most ridiculous things that we could ever do. We do it on a regular, and it doesn't lead to successful situations. Mm-hmm. It leads to a great amount of chaos, as we saw. So it dictates, and when we allow our emotions to dictate how we move, that's a very short trip.
Fiction of us that we were told that we're supposed to trust the cops, but yet there's interactions that we have that the cops have proven that they can't be trusted. And so I want to talk about authority, because authority, of course, doesn't just solely belong to to police officers, we are given a level of authority as well. And so have to be responsible with any type of authority that we get. The one thing that this particular movie shows is that having authority is more about your responsibilities and your rights. Because just because I'm the parent doesn't mean I have to be a tyrant.
Correct.
Right? Just
Right.
because I'm a cop doesn't mean that I have to have this, forceful demeanor, right? And so, of course, I know different situations, will require different things, but the character of your heart will determine the output of your hands, right? There's this misnomer in the church that therapy is not needed.
Wow.
There's this idea that all I need is Jesus
Right.
to deal with every problem that I have. All right.
Right.
So while Jesus can fix every issue, Jesus gave his spirit, and he also allowed people to learn and knowledge and giftings and anointings to help in the areas where the preacher can't. All right. So Jesus and therapy is needed.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Jesus and therapy is needed. Now, I know that for the majority of life, especially in the Black church, we didn't always know what was available to us, right? We didn't always know that that there were, psychiatrists, psychologists there to kind of help us with our mental health. And so because of that, we go to the preacher and we expect him to be preacher, pastor, doctor, lawyer, all of these things that while he is anointed by God, he might not be anointed to be a lawyer.
Right.
He didn't go to medical school, and I love Bishop Graham, but I don't want him cutting on me.
Make sure I clarify this, because we are gifted to live accordingly, but they are to glorify God.
Sure.
They are to bless us, correct. But that blessing should also lead to lead people to Christ. And I know we have different places, and I know that I'm stepped on by 10,000 toes, and I'm quite sure, I hope they comment, so we'll love the feedback, but that's just my opinion. You have the power, you have the potential to be potent when you're used in the proper manner. And so it's very delicate. It's a gift to be used for the glory of God, not for the glory of men and for the glitter of money.
So what you're saying is godly gifts are for edification.
Right.
And any finances or fame that we gain is a byproduct of us giving God glory and using our gifts, right?
Correct. But
Okay.
it should not, you should not. Oh, excellent way to put that, by the way. I like the way you put that in a nice little pretty bow. You my brother. God dog it, boy, you my brother. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
But it's important to know that we don't allow the glory to go to our heads.
Absolutely.
So to me, that was one of the most significant things about this movie, show, song and dance, whatever you want to call it, theatrical, something or other.
It's a
musical.
play, man.
Yeah. That's a what?
It's a play.
Play on what? Musical instruments? Like fish. I'm nothing against. I'm not against. But mentioned earlier about Hamilton. Hamilton didn't prepare me for this. I ran from Hamilton too. No.
Okay. So listen, to all of the listeners and the people watching, you guys have no idea how difficult it was for me to convince DT to watch this movie for this episode.
Right. I am never against anybody's product, but you ain't finna happy dance me all the way through no movie. I don't need you singing every up and down, round and round.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a concert, people. It's a movie. I need dialogue, not sing along. It's different.